Hey everyone, hope everything's going well. I wanted to do this video in regards to shill bidding, how to deal with shill bidders, how to avoid these people. And sure, I have seen Neo's videos on this and read about this where eBay is going to come out with a new system where, number one, if you're bidding, you have to automatically pay. And your credit card on file, it'll go through and it'll make the payment. And if the credit card doesn't go through, you pay with PayPal or whatever else is your alternative payment. Now, that sounds great on paper, but you have to remember scammers will still come up with ways to shill bid. I mean, just think about it. What can these crooks do? They could put a credit card on file and then later it gets deactivated for whatever reason. And they leave it there and they just shill bid with that over there. And then they remove that card and they create a new account and the list goes on. And then with the bank account, suppose they put a bank account with not that much money and the transaction doesn't go through. So these are just some ways that I think these criminals and crooks are going to do to still shill bid. Will it reduce the amount of shill bidding? Yes. But how can you avoid shill bidding, right? If you're dealing with cards. And my own opinion, right? You can mock me all you want. And, call me a crank, whatever it is. The reality is, if you are dealing mainly in the low end, who's going to shill bid like a couple dollar cards? Not many people will. They've mocked me numerous times because I dwell more in the low end than the high end. And yeah, I have bought some expensive cards during the pandemic. But ultimately, right now, I'm looking at an environment. I did a video the other day. I think there will be economic pain later this year and in 2025, which I alluded to in my video on my other channel. Some people mock me. I'm just looking at history. Those who do not know their history are condemned to repeat it. It's just simple as that. And ultimately, even in a downturn, right? People didn't even listen to the last video that I was talking about. They're saying gloom and doom. It wasn't a gloom and doom video because ultimately, what am I going to do about it, right? Deal on the low end. And then, yeah, not every card that I sell is going to be in the low end, but it will bring eyeballs to the platform you're selling on, more reviews, and guess what? People will have confidence to buy other products from you, and the algorithm will most likely promote your page, right? That doesn't necessarily happen to everybody, but that's what my own thought process is. I mean, now we see like mid to high end cards. How many cards are freaking altered or quote unquote restored with Kurt's Card Care? That's a scam, in my opinion. What else is a scam? Money laundering that's going through these auction houses. I don't think these auction houses are doing a great job in stopping money laundering. And this is a verifiable fact. There are people who have criminal backgrounds that are pouring money into these auction houses. So it is what it is. If you ever have money, why would you put it in high-end cards? That's just something to think about. Maybe it's a way of diversification, to put your money in alternative sources. Okay, fine. But there's so much fraud out there. I mean, there's this fraud that went down with CGC Comics the other day. I didn't cover it, but I've been hearing a lot about that. And, people in the high end, they really like the Jordan cards out there. And allegedly, Kuntz, that guy, gemmed a huge portion of the Fleer 86 cards. He got like PSA 10s, allegedly. Was it a quarter of the cards or something like that? I mean, that's insane. How do you do that? You tell me how that works. And each, PSA 10 Jordan card goes for 100K now? It is what it is. But ultimately, how to avoid the shield bidding? Deal with these lower end cards. Now, a lot of people don't want to deal with it because it's a lot of work. I get it. And they don't have the time to do so. I get it. But it's not volatile. And during a downturn, those cards will hold, will still hold value to the extent that it is. Now, some people will laugh at it. Okay, laugh at me all you want. I'm going to read some of those comments where they mock what I either collect or what I've sold. Even though I've bought cards that are a little more than that. But a lot of people have mocked me, and I will read those comments. And I will read those comments when I was talking about, some of these cards were ridiculously overpriced. And still, the finger pointing came at my way. Now, a lot of those people are quiet. So, it is what it is. Anyways, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.